Hello trainers, this is R-Senal, and I'm here to bring you a Pokemon Unite moveset concept video. This was a long time coming due to the fact that I was anticipating my favorite Pokemon Marshadow to be playable in this game due to a rumor that was floating around. Sadly, that rumor came to be nothing but just hot air, so in spite of that, I decided that maybe I should come up with a moveset of my own. This moveset isn't perfect, but I think it's the best way to represent Marshadow in this game, so please bear with me as I present you my ideas. All drawings are done by me, and maybe in the future, if you all enjoy these type of videos, I may do more of different Pokemon. Also, disclaimer, I'm going to be referencing League of Legends for a lot of the moves, since League of Legends is one of the only MOBAs I play, and it's the easiest for me to reference. So without further ado, let's start the video. So before we get into the moves, let's start with the question of who is Marshadow? Most of Pokemon fans who keep up with the series will kind of know who he is, but for the folk who kind of just play it casually, they won't really know what he is and what he's capable of, due to the fact that Pokemon Company loves to neglect its Pokemon for no reason. So, Marshadow is an Alolan mythical Pokemon, who is based on the Shadowboxing and Night Marchers of Hawaiian legend. He is also the very first fighting and ghost type Pokemon that stats favor speed and attack. In Unite, I see him being a Pokemon that takes a lot of technical skill and knowledge of the jungle to be effective in a match. As for character statistics, as stated before with Marshadow focusing on speed and attack, it is only natural for him to be a speedster jungler. As for his passive, it will not be spectral, because that's not a real ability. Instead, let's go with his actual ability Technician, and here is how it will work. When Marshadow uses a move, his next auto attack will be powered up and will also give him some lifesteal on that next auto. This can stack 3 times. Think of it as Riven's passive from League of Legends. As for his auto attacks, every third auto attack will give him a bit of lifesteal back. This is very necessary because he's going to be in the jungle in the start of the game. This will give him tons of sustain. As for his playstyle, Marshadow is more of a skirmisher who thrives in 2v1s, 1v1s, and 3v3s. This makes it so that he will be able to weave around battle instead of doing the get in and get out strat that most junglers do. And now we move on to his first set of moves, Shadow Sneak. This is a movement buff that will allow Marshadow to move through terrain with ease. He will also recover some health when entering terrain. This helps you navigate the jungle easily, setting him up for ganks and farming jungle camps. Think of it as Kane's E from League of Legends, where he's able to do the same thing. Next, we have Spectral Thief. This is Marshadow's signature move in the main series games. Marshadow will lock onto a target and warp to their location and do a hard knock-up AoE attack in the middle of the hitbox. If the opponent has a stat buff, Marshadow will be able to steal this buff and use it for himself for a few seconds. This move acts more like Gengar's Hex attack, which is more of a teleport rather than Shadow Sneaking where you can move through terrain. Finally, we have Phantom Force. Unlike Spectral Thief, Phantom Force keeps the same properties as Shadow Sneak, where you'll be able to move through terrain and heal a bit. However, if you choose to reactivate Phantom Force while the move is going on, you'll be able to do a sweeping kick that can push enemies away, and it acts like Lee Sin's R, but not as strong, so you can do a lot of the insect maneuver to kind of set up ganks and set up, awesome nasty plays that can help your team get the advantage. Here are Marshadow's second set of moves. First, we have Drain Punch. This move attacks enemies in a cone, and Marshadow heals for anything that was hurt, jungler and opponents alike. This move is like a smaller set W from League of Legends. Close Combat, one of Marshadow's main damage tools and his bread and butter, this move is a 3 mobile hit that does a mini knockup for a third attack. Each strike causes Technician to proc, allowing Marshadow to weave in auto attacks with this move. This move was inspired by Riven's Q ability from League of Legends, since all the other close combats kinda function the same way, which is very boring. So, I wanted this close combat to be unique and to have some skill expression, much like its Riven's counterpart. For Smackdown, Marshadow knocks an opponent in the air, quickly smacking them down, hard stunning the main victim while causing an AoE mini stun to all that were in the area of impact. I got this idea from Lloyd's Heavy Tiger Blade from Tales of Symphonia. Funny enough, that's not a lead character, but I digress. Finally, we get to Marshadow's Unite move, which I dubbed Mirror Shadow. This is Marshadow's ultimate move, where he will be able to copy any of the opposing Pokemon's Unite move. But I know what you're thinking, why aren't you using Soul Stealing 7-star Strike as his Unite move? And to that I say, it's very surface level and predictable. Sure, it would represent Alola very well, but to me it's just taking the easy way out. It's not really fun to kind of like use something that's already, it's kind of predictable, you know what I mean? Instead, I want to dive into Marshallow's Pokedex lore, since they already did that with Gardevoir with her black hole. What is it? Singularity? I forget what it's called. But in the Pokedex, it states that Marshadow has the ability to copy the movements and powers of others. With an ultimate like this, Marshadow will always be relevant in any meta just due to his versatility. For all who played League, you'll instantly notice that this is basically Silas's ultimate move, and it works so well with Marshadow as a Pokemon. However, the only difference is that once Marshadow steals the Unite move, it is not going to be like Silas where he has a time limit to keep that move. He will keep it the whole time until he decides to use it. Alright, so what do you think of the Marshadow moveset? I personally love all the moves I've chosen for Marshadow, and I hope this gets represented if he's a playable character. I want Marshadow to be an expert type Pokemon so that people who actually use Marshadow need to actually level up their technical and jungle skills in order to be an asset to their team. It is a little frustrating seeing how Marshadow is underutilized in any type of Pokemon media just because Zeraora exists, and I hope this moveset video sheds a bit more light on Marshadow and to see what he's capable of doing. So I encourage you all to share this to Timmy Studios. Of course you have to do it respectfully, so that they know that Marshadow has a dedicated following of players that want to see what he's capable of, So if you like this video, please consider giving it a like, and if you enjoyed my art, consider following my Twitter where you'll see more artwork. I don't usually draw daily, but you'll still see it. Anyways, thank you all for your time, and hopefully in the future we'll be able to battle together. So until next time, see ya!